What's up guys, it's Lord Both here for another video, and the big news in the entertainment industry today is that Marvel's Fantastic Four movie dropped a new, more extensive trailer, and the release of the film, which is July 25th, is right around the corner. So I figure we boot up the trailer and we take a little look into it. This trailer, of course, being posted pretty much everywhere by every major outlet, but this one specifically here that we're viewing comes to us via Geeks and Gamers. So let's go ahead and view it. And before I even start, I want to say firstly, this is supposed to be the 1960s, and I get that it's an alternate version of the 1960s, right? Where the Fantastic Four have drastically changed the course of history. And that's really the only way it could make sense, since you're having a variety show in which a black man is dancing with a white woman. And I think this is a man. I'm not too sure what I'm looking at there. Or it's just a very square looking woman. But let's go ahead and view the thing.
Wow, folks, we all know the story. 4 brave astronauts head up into space and come back forever changed.
This car?
Our city, our planet, owe a debt to these intrepid souls.
By the way, Eban Mas-Bachrach, I think is his name. Really great actor. Loved him in The Bear. Was one of my favorite characters in that show. Maybe my favorite character in that show. That said, kind of a strange casting for the Thing. In the way that he doesn't really have that squarish, almost blockish frame that you would think of as an actor to play the Thing. They almost seem like it almost seems like it should be somebody a bit more stout. But I mean, hey, he's covered in a whole bunch of makeup and CGI and all that. I think the number one problem there is that the voice doesn't 100% match up. I don't think he leaned into the sort of the East Coastness of the voice as much as he could have. And he should have tried to gruff it up a little bit. It almost feels like he didn't get any coaching on how to sound like the Thing or seen previous iterations of the character. He just decided to go with his normal voice.
And while we can never repay them, we can certainly celebrate them.
Thank you, Fantastic Four. Thank you.
Thank you, Fantastic Four!
Please welcome the Fantastic Four.
Herbie, how's that sauce looking? Okay. That is fantastic.
You're late.
What do you mean?
What do you mean, what do I mean? You're late for dinner.
Yes, we are.
You late?
I just said that.
Are you pregnant?
What? You're gonna be the best mom in the world. And you are gonna be the best dad. Just kidding. You are out of your depth. We are gonna be the best uncles ever.
Further confirming what we pretty much knew already from leaks and all that. And I think they confirmed officially themselves already that Sue Storm is going to be pregnant in the movie. But clearly not that far along.
We can do this. Nothing is going to change.
Are you the protectors of this world?
Yes, we are.
Your planet is...
So yeah, female Silver Surfer. That's a thing. See, this is the thing, man. First off, let's just address the voice. Because beyond the whole look, her voice is just... it has no weight to it. It's very cutesy. And that makes sense because if you look at the actress, I forget her name. Julia Garner, that's it. If you look at her and the way she's built and all that, she's a very tiny, cutesy girl. And she has that very straight up and down, not that much curves to her kind of frame. Because since they're doing female Silver Surfer, God forbid that Disney get an actress that has actual female curves to her. I'm not saying that she doesn't look feminine at all or have curves to her. I'm just saying that there's a very distinct difference about the level of detail to the bodywork here than, say, the 2007 male counterpart. And we'll take a look at that later. But yeah, she doesn't look good here. This does not look good. Doesn't look good, doesn't sound good. Yeah, this is a big red flag for this movie.
is now marked for death.
No gravitas to it at all.
It's my fault.
I stretched the bounds of space.
And they hurt.
Are we safe?
I don't know. There's not enough time.
I'm not giving up. We will face this together. We will fight it together. As a family.
Still can't believe they did that line.
Has to be us.
We will protect you.
Okay, so things I liked about the trailer. Let's start off with the positives, you know? I like that it had a very serious tone to it, and it seems to be projecting that not just in the teaser, but in this full trailer now too. I think if there's one lesson that Marvel have picked up, and even though it's not the most major lesson they should learn, it's definitely an important one. People are tired of the Guardians of the Galaxy humor being woven into every single Marvel movie. Like, it was fun at first, but now people are just over it. It's not working anymore. It's doing more harm than it is good. It's one of the reasons why I say Guardians of the Galaxy, which is arguably my favorite Marvel movie, is both one of the best things to happen to Marvel and one of the worst things to happen to the MCU. It was one of the best things in the way that it was a great movie that captured that near, Princess Bride level of magical family action comedy with an amazing soundtrack that everybody of all ages could love, because it set them on two wrong paths. And it was the worst thing for the MCU because after it, they thought they could make every single superhero it in terms of its vibe and humor and all that. That's why we got Thor Ragnarok, by the way, with Taika Waititi and his, little funny take on Thor, which was supposed to be a serious superhero. And the other thing it did is it made them think that they could take any character in Marvel, like any character from the comics, no matter how obscure they were, and make them a primetime asset, which just, it isn't true. Why do you think nobody watched the Agatha Harkness show? Because that is a character that is really, really niche if you make it a primetime, highly focused character and not the C or D level support character that it's supposed to be. But yeah, it's good that this trailer that shows that this movie has a serious tone to it. I like that it has a serious tone to it. I like that they showed Mr. Fantastic's stretchy powers, because while stretchy powers kind of look dumb, it's important to show off that, yeah, that's what he does. More importantly, it's actually Mr. Fantastic's brain and his intelligence that is his superior power. And I like that they showed off that he is a genius. And that genius and that stretching the bounds of space, is what he said, is kind of what has gotten them in trouble here. I like all that. And I think they were maybe not this close, but maybe this close to having something that was pretty good here. However, there are some unfortunate missteps. Some I already outlined in the video. Eban not really trying with his voice. The Thing still looks a little weird. They still do that weird family line that is only ever gonna remind me of the memes that came out of the Fast and the Furious franchise. And finally, at a more meta level, all these actors playing these characters, they just feel like, like not the premier choices to play these characters. They feel like second, maybe even third choices to play these characters. Pedro Pascal, I'm gonna say it, we all know he was nobody's first choice to play Reed Richards. Most everyone had to be talked into accepting him as Reed Richards, and I don't think there are going to be some people that still accept him. And that's also because he's everywhere right now. Vanessa Kirby, she doesn't seem... There's just something off I don't want to say that she's like not pretty enough or hot enough to play Sue Storm, but it almost kind of feels that way. And both of them seem a little too old to start off as franchise characters. Same with Joseph Quinn. He almost seems a little too old. Also with the blonde hair, he looks a little bit like Elton John. It's a weird thing to see. But yeah, everybody just feels a little bit off. Like they should be cameo versions of those characters and not actually playing them in a full-fledged movie. And finally, of course, the big one, female Silver Surfer. Which, not just me, but a lot of people have opinions on. Here's Nerdrotic with a still of female Silver Surfer, where I kind of paused at, and he just says, first look at female Silver Surfer. Holy bleep, that looks bad. This account here, Mr. Bug says, well, the 2005 Silver Surfer has better CGI compared to something that came out 20 effing years later. And you really can't. I mean, take a look at this. Look at this. Look at the level of detail they have in this thing. This is 2007. Now take a look at this. It just looks not as good. It looks bad. You have Anna, that Star Wars girl, also saying, bruh, this is the new Silver Surfer. This movie is doomed. Don't know if she meant to do a little Doctor Doom joke there, but sure. And of course, the coping is coming back by people complaining about the people who are realizing just reality that the female Silver Surfer shouldn't be done, first off, because, how about we do the male counterpart, the normal one, the one that's used most in the comics right first, but also that it just looks bad. This account here saying, I can already tell that MFers are gonna complain about Silver Surfer being a woman, but she's dead ass just a different character. Yes, that's the whole point. The MCU hasn't done male Silver Surfer yet. Why don't they give us the Silver Surfer, the male Silver Surfer, that's the most common in the comics, first, before they start to do the more niche female version that, yes, is a completely different character because she's just that. Less recognizable, less meaningful in the overarching stories. As I've always said, do the big stuff first, the most recognizable stuff first, the stuff that sold and was popular first, and then we can move to the more niche stuff. Instead of doing the more niche stuff first, just because it goes along with your ideas on sociology, culture, politics, etc. Because you think for all those reasons, it's a better idea to push that character out in front of people. I mean, here's a real good picture of the differences between the two. I mean, just look at it. It's like night and day. And of course, you also have accounts coming out like this saying, before anybody complains that Silver Surfer got gender swapped, it is not true. A female version of Silver Surfer exists in the comics. Yes. And go back to the previous argument I just made of let's do the more common male version first, and tack onto that the additional argument of stop using niche things in the comics just to justify your version of the character being pushed out because that's what you like and you believe, even though it's not what's popular. Because this is what they do. Every single time, they have a version of the character that they want to push out because of their political, social, or cultural agenda. They find a very niche thing in the comics to justify it. So when anybody complains, they go, oh, well, it's in the comics, bro. Stop complaining. It's part of canon, so you can't complain about it. Yes, again, it's a very tiny part of canon that we shouldn't be doing first. Anyway, I don't think for this reason and for several other reasons I stated that even with this new trailer, they're going to win a lot of people over. I don't think this movie is going to do particularly well. It might break even, and people might go see this just because this is sort of the first movie that is a lead-in into essentially a reboot of the MCU, which that is what people actually want. And to be honest, that's what Marvel wants too. They want to forget these past two phases even ever existed. And they just want to reboot the whole thing, get back to the characters that they know, that people know, that were popular, that sold, and just restart the whole thing. To be quite honest, I think, at least in terms of their budget versus their profit and all that, Thunderbolts may actually become a more profitable movie than this one. And personally, I'm more excited for Thunderbolts because it features characters that I actually kind of found interesting. And it will be a little something different. And even though it looks like there's going to be some humor in it, it too looks like a more serious movie. And at the end of the day, I think in terms of success, however you gauge that, Thunderbolts is going to be a more successful movie than Fantastic Four. But those are just my thoughts on all this. If you have your own thoughts, go ahead and leave in the comments. If you like this video, go and like, share, and subscribe. If you didn't like this video, I appreciate you watching all of it, and we'll talk to you again later.